Hi there, Blooming Witch here, and today I'm going to be looking at tree identification. I'm actually not bad at identifying trees, but that's when they're in leaf. It's winter now, and the challenge is I'm going to be identifying them by their buds. Wish me luck. There are other ways of identifying a tree in winter, and that would be to look on the ground to see what leaves are around the tree, to look at the actual shape of the tree itself, to look at the bark, but we're going to concentrate mainly on the buds and the twigs.
The buds which are positioned at the end of the twigs are known as terminal buds. These tend to be the largest buds. The buds which grow along the twigs are lateral buds and can be arranged in two ways. These are alternate buds, which are buds that are alternately arranged along the stem, and opposite buds, which are in pairs directly opposite each other along the stem.
This is mainly oak woodland here. You can see by the shape of the trees that these are oak. But let's have a closer look at their buds. That's oak. The Latin for oak is Quercus robur. You can find oak trees right throughout the UK, and they are a great habitat for wildlife and insects.
This is English oak, also known as pedunculate oak. The buds are orangey brown in colour, rounded, and have lots of scales on them which protect the bud in winter. The terminal buds are clustered and the lateral buds are alternately arranged.
Here we have cherry, Prunus avium.
Cherry also have cluster buds and are similar in colour, but take a closer look at the shape of the bud. They are oval and have a point at the end of them.
This tree here is ash, Fraxinus excelsior. Sadly, the ash trees are dying off, they're diseased, and it's just killing them off, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Ash have very distinctive black buds with stout twigs that turn up at the ends. The terminal buds are much larger than the lateral buds, which are arranged opposite each other.
Behind me you see Hazel, Corylus avellana.
Hazel have small green and red buds with scales on them. The buds are alternately placed. The twigs on hazel are hairy, and they have catkins on them all through autumn and winter.
This here is Alder, Alnus glutinosa. I would just like to point out that what I thought was a really good idea, going to identify trees in winter, is actually mad, because I'm absolutely frozen. I can't feel my hands at all. In all honesty, I'm having a great time, and I would highly recommend you going out and identifying trees yourself at some point. Dress up warm, lots of layers, thermals.
I have decided that my favourite tree in winter has to be alder, and here are the reasons why. It has unusual shaped small purple buds. They're so pretty, and these grow on short stalks alternately along the stem. Another distinctive characteristic of alder is that not only does it have catkins, but it also has cones.
This is Rowan, also known as mountain ash, Sorbus ucuparia.
The twigs on Rowan are thick, and their buds are large oval in shape. They're hairy and mainly dark grey in colour with brown tips. As you can see, the lateral buds are alternate.
The trunk that you can see behind me belongs to the Downy Birch, Betula pubescens.
Downy Birch has tiny brown sticky buds alternately arranged on very slender twigs. The young twigs have tiny hairs on them, which is where it gets its name from. Male catkins are formed in autumn and remain on the tree all through winter. They open during April or May. Female catkins appear in the spring with the new shoots.
And this is silver birch, Betula pendula. Let's have a closer look and see what the differences are between the two birches.
The bark on silver birch is much more, you've guessed it, silvery than what you would see on downy birch, which is browner in colour. The branches droop down, which is how it gets its pendular name. Pendulus is a Latin word for hanging. Silver birch also have male catkins in the winter and female catkins which appear in the spring. Unlike downy birch, the twigs are hairless, but you will find warts on them. Like the downy birch, silver birch have alternate buds, but the buds are not sticky and they're a greeny brown colour rather than just brown.
Here we have sycamore, Acer pseudoplatanus.
Although they are not native trees, sycamore can be seen throughout the UK. The buds are arranged in opposite pairs. They are oval-shaped and bright green, but if you take a closer look at the bud scales, you'll see that the edges of them are a purpley colour.
I'm stood next to a beautiful beech tree, Fagus sylvatica.
The alternately arranged buds on beech trees are sharply pointed, long and are not pressed against the stems. They are a reddish-brown colour and have distinctive criss-cross scales on them. The twigs often retain their leaves in winter, which is why they make really good hedges.
I'm stood in front of goat willow, also known as pussy willow. The Latin name is Salix caprea. And you may notice that it's snowing now.
Willows have female and male trees. The male catkins are grey downy flower buds which appear in spring. They look like cat's paws, hence the name pussy willow. Willow's rounded buds have one scale, they sit against the stem and are alternately arranged. They are greenish-brown in colour with reddish tips.
What a truly magical time I've had identifying trees in winter. I've learnt so much. I've been rained on, I've snowed on, wind in my hair, sun on my face, but it has been truly wonderful. I hope that you can get out now and I've helped you to go out and identify trees yourself. Remember, life is for living. Till the next time, stay magical.